Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Astronaut John Young goes west. Initial AirVenture 2018 Airshow performers announced. The Air Power Museum acquires rare Super Chipmunk. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. It's January 8th, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The consummate aviator, and despite all his accolades, a guy who still had a flair for fun, astronaut John Young has gone west. Among his accomplishments, Young walked on the moon during Apollo 16 and commanded the first space shuttle mission. He died Friday, January 5, 2018, at the age of 87 from complications of pneumonia. Young began his impressive career at NASA in 1962, when he was selected to join NASA's second astronaut class, known as the New 9. Today, NASA and the world have lost a pioneer, acting NASA Administrator Robert Lightfoot said in a statement. Astronaut John Young's storied career spanned 3 generations of spaceflight. We will stand on his shoulders as we look toward the next human frontier. After hearing President Kennedy's bold proposal in 1961 to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth, Young said he knew what he had to do. "I thought returning safely to Earth sounded like a good idea," said Young, who stood on the moon, drove 16 miles in a lunar rover, and spent 3 nights on the lunar surface. He is the only person to go into space as a part of the Gemini, Apollo, and Space Shuttle programs, and was the first to fly into space 6 times, or 7 times when counting his liftoff from the moon during Apollo 16. After the break, Regional Airline Association expresses concerns about HR 4149.
Conchords' recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Conchords' entire line of batteries at www.conchordbattery.com. Conchord, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip with integral backup battery. Safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, Airborne Unmanned, the AMA Drone Report, our website or podcast, just email to news-by@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The Regional Airline Association has sent a letter to Congressman Phil Rowe and Tim Walz, the chair and ranking minority member of the House Veterans Affairs Committee, expressing concerns for HR 4149, which would make it more difficult for veterans to use GI benefits for pilot training. In the letter, the RAA says it believes the bill would significantly curtail educational benefits for veterans who pursue flight training degree programs. The JetBlue senior leadership team has shared a note regarding the airline's plan to distribute $1,000 to each of its 21,000 crew members. The note stated that we are excited to announce we will be paying every crew member employed as of December 31, 2017, a $1,000 bonus by the end of February. Airbus has acquired the Strategic Simulation Solutions Flight Training Center in Aurora, Colorado, a Denver suburb. Currently, the training center primarily supports Frontier Airlines and has significant room for growth. Airbus plans to at least double capacity at the facility in the next few years. Laurent Martinez, head of services by Airbus, notes that our global services forecast predicts a need for 122,000 new pilots in the Americas by 2035, representing 23% of the world's demand. The U.S. Air Force has awarded a new $48 million contract to Aurora Flight Sciences for the continued development of the Orion unmanned aircraft system. Orion is a twin-engine high-performance UAS that can stay aloft over 100 hours at a time, with payloads in excess of 1,000 pounds. Development of the Orion started in 2006, and its first flight was in August 2013. In December 2014, the Orion established the current UAS world endurance record with an 80-hour, 2-minute, and 52-second flight. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. Fan favorite airshow performers and newcomers to the field in Oshkosh have committed to flying during the afternoon and night airshow lineups at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh 2018, set for July 23rd through 29th at Wittman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The afternoon airshows are scheduled to kick off at 2:30 p.m. daily during AirVenture, while the night shows will take place on Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Many more thrilling airshow performers will be announced in the weeks leading up to Oshkosh. Complete daily airshow lineups and schedules will be announced as they are determined. After these messages, the Air Power Museum acquires a rare Super Chipmunk.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. The Air Power Museum Incorporated has added a rare and historic DeHavilland Super Chipmunk, once owned by airshow great Harold Krier, to its collection. Since 1946, several nations have used chipmunks for training military pilots. But this two-seat aerobatic trainer, November 6311 Victor, was designed to be the first monoplane to represent the USA in World Aerobatic Championship. Krier has served as a flight engineer on bombers during World War II, and afterwards he learned to fly and fell in love with aerobatics. By the mid-1950s, Harold was performing in a clipped-wing Cub and later in a modified Great Lakes biplane, plus a biplane of his own design, the Krier craft. With an introduction from his friend and fellow airshow pilot Frank Price, Harold Krier toured the country in Bill Sweet's National Airshow, where he remained until his death in a test flight accident in 1971. These two aircraft, along with APM's collection of Dwayne Cole's personal memorabilia, will form the centerpiece of the future Earl Atkinson hangar at the APM, a major fundraising effort to both restore the Great Lakes to flying condition, plus build the foundation for and reassemble the Atkinson hangar will be announced in the next couple of weeks. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is currently on our winter schedule and is streamed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. We'll see you tomorrow.